Western Ontario FIT have shown that they have the speed. We are off. We have started the race, and this women's varsity 4 with Coxon, the Margaret McNiff Trophy.
Yeah, in lane 1 we have Merrimack, lane 2 Western Ontario, 3 Boston, 4 is FIT, and look for those 3 crews to kind of strike out here. In lane 5 Lafayette, and in lane 6 already down off the start is Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, you see Western Ontario there in the left-hand side in lane 2, Boston in the middle, and of course FIT in lane 4. Those 3 crews have already begun to separate themselves. Lafayette trying to hang in there at the moment, as is Merrimack, but it looks like a pretty strong start from the 3 crews we expected to see out front.
Yeah, it looks like FIT has a little bit of an advantage right now over Boston and Western Ontario. And so we'll see how that shapes up, and if they can hold on to that lead or extend it at all.
Yeah, so Boston University down in the first 500. Again, just something to keep in mind. It isn't necessarily true across all teams, but we did see earlier a Boston University crew that we expected to win go down in that first 500 meters and then pretty much dominate the next 1,500. So just an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Sometimes teams have team-wide, race plans. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, and I think that no athlete wants to be down, but if I think that the Boston athletes have shown that they have the fitness and the training as well as the technique and discipline. So it could be that they are sticking with their race plan. Maybe their goal is to even split. Maybe their goal is to negative split, meaning get faster each successive 500. Either way, we know that there's a lot of racing to be done. And as we look at the race right now, we have FIT in the lead, followed by Western Ontario, and is that Lafayette out there hanging in, and then Boston University.
Yeah, so you just saw about 100 meters ago they passed the 500-meter mark. The 750 coming up soon. You'll see that sign on the southern shore in just a moment. But there's our leaders, FIT, looking really good, really controlled at the moment, pretty low on the stroke rate.
Yeah.
So an impressive start right now through 750 for FIT.
And something that I think that, Joe, you really appreciate are the matching visors.
Oh, always. I'm a big fan of the FIT unis to begin with. I love a good striped uni.
Yeah.
But then the black visors really, the cherry on top there, as these girls are coordinated in their outfits. It shows, a sense of pride and team.
All right. So back to the racing. I agree with you, by the way. So back to the racing. FIT continues to maintain their lead. We have Western Ontario. It looks like they're in second. And as they come by, this is true. And we have Lafayette and then Boston University in fourth right now.
Yeah, so Boston sitting there pretty much even with Lafayette for third. We expected that crew to have a really chance to win this race, so I'd like to see if they can't do anything now as they approach 1,000 left to go to try and get themselves back even with FIT, or if FIT is just that impressive of a crew and will continue to hold off this Boston team.
Yeah, FIT is rowing really well. They look really comfortable. They look really relaxed, and that boat is moving well through the water.
Yeah, and Western Ontario also looking really good out of lane 2. I'd be remiss if we didn't mention them. They are in second at the moment, and they're not too far down off of the FIT ladies at just yet.
Yeah, and out in the far lane, Lafayette rowing a little bit higher than the other crews, but in it and looking good. They are in a great position to make a move. If they can find a little something to apply a little bit more pressure, they're going to like their position coming into the last 500.
Yeah, earlier today in the JV4 event, we saw Lafayette come from lane 2 to win after they had put up maybe not the time that we thought would be the winning time in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And now again, after maybe not having the most impressive time trial, maybe not having the most impressive semifinal, we're seeing a Lafayette 4 put up a really good race here in the grand final. So just something to keep an eye on as the races go on.
Yeah, I really like what that Lafayette crew is doing. Really, they've got that rating up, and they're executing a very nice stroke, getting those oars in. Western Ontario is out there as well, really trying to hang on, as it looks like FIT is making a bit of a move here to try to put the pressure on the rest of the crews. BU has yet to really make a move. Hopefully they won't fall away from that pack, keep things interesting. But if they are going to make a move, they need to do something right now.
Yeah, just about 600 meters left in this one. We're going to see the 500-meter mark, come up really quickly here. FIT looking really good, though, and, it looks like Lafayette and Western Ontario are locked in a battle for second, and Boston University has fallen back into a fourth place off of Lafayette and Western Ontario. But FIT looking really strong. They're still vulnerable to a potential move here, but, throughout the race, they've looked really good.
Yeah, and here you can see Boston has started its sprint, and there's like, this is it. We've got to make a move now. FIT really not having to respond just yet, still maybe holding a little bit in the tank before they hit that final button where add the nitro and get going, the little boost. But they are still looking strong, pulling away.
Yeah, and there they go.
Yeah, there they go. And impressive work done by this Lafayette crew. Not a real view on what's going on. I'd love to be able to see what's going on with the Western Ontario. Here we get a little bit of a wider shot. Yeah, it looks like Lafayette has been able to put itself in a good position, and now we're into the sprint. This is it, the final sprint, final 250 meters of this race, and we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, FIT with a really impressive race start to finish, right? They went out in that first 500 and they took the lead at the 500-meter mark, and they have yet to relinquish it since, including increasing their lead as the race has gone on. Lafayette has tried to stay with them, and so has Western Ontario. The attempts have been futile, however, as FIT is just dominant in this women's varsity 4 final, and it looks as though they will go on to win the Margaret McNiff Trophy here at the 84th Jefferson Dad Vail Regatta.
Yeah, and they're doing it in fine style here. They're maybe a little bit tired, a little bit gassed. You can see 3 seats hanging her head just a little bit. She's put it all on the line.
And the gold for FIT, yes, silver to Lafayette, and the bronze to the boat from Western Ontario. Western Ontario, and then Boston came on strong there at the end, but they finish in 4th.